What's up, everybody? Absolute Beast is my name, and you're here on my channel. This is real life. This is really happening right now. Welcome. So first things first, I realized after I uploaded my video yesterday that the second race that was in that video, I don't want to call attention to it because I made a mistake, but the second race that I put up yesterday was actually a race that I believe I already had put up. I apologize for that. I recorded a ton of clips, and it was really hard for me to know which one is which. It's just a logistical thing. I didn't name them, and I just made a mistake and put the wrong one up. So, but the voiceover was good, and I didn't want to mess it up. So, anyway, welcome to this one. I was just driving backwards in this tank pool racing truck. This was a tip that was given to me by Nikita Corsa. If you guys don't know by now, you can watch my video titled Forza 7: Drive as many laps as you want. Or I can just tell you the quick version here. Basically, what you do is you flip around and you drive backwards. And as long as you drive backwards, then you can continue to drive forward that many laps. So in this case, I drove backwards for a full lap and then like a half of a lap. Basically, that just gives me a running start into the next one. And the reason I do that is I normally would want to race longer, but I don't want to make the content too long. And at this point, I'd like to still get me going backwards for a second, just so you know what's happening. But, you know, the real game's coming out in just a couple of days, so I am extremely excited for that. So make sure you guys check back with me on Friday. I will be having content up as far as new racing. Obviously, the game's coming out then, and I'll definitely have content up. I'll probably do like the original race or the tutorial race, welcome race, and then something else. But tons and tons of content coming your way from Forza 7, the full game. So this is me driving the tank pool racing truck. As I said, I drove backwards for a lap and a half. And so this is actually my first lap of the race, but I'll get to race 2 more. And something I didn't notice was that all of the time that you race actually counts toward your first lap. So I was hoping that I could get a cool lap time, but when I ended up clocking my lap time, starting the second lap, it says that my lap time was like 9 minutes or something. So, or 8 minutes. So, yeah. Just something to keep in mind if you're trying to go for a good lap time, which is what I was trying to do here. You can't really tell what your lap time is until the final lap. And I think I did pretty well this time. I don't remember exactly what I got. Obviously, we'll see it when I get there, but I was feeling it with this truck. This thing handles really well. It's very planted. I mean, obviously, it weighs 12,000 pounds, so it better be planted. But it feels pretty good, and you really only need a couple of gears. You really only need like 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And then you need 6th on the main straight. And I don't even go up to 7. I just stay in 6 and wind it almost all the way out. But yeah, this is not my favorite car to drive in the demo, but it is the most well-rounded. The Porsche is really good, but it's a little bit too loose for me. And then the GTR, obviously, you have to drive in the rain, which I don't like. I've mentioned that countless times. And that's not to say that I don't appreciate the rain, but I just don't like the wet driving very much. I try to, you know, I'm not going to, like, not do it, but in this case, since I have the option to not, I'm gonna not do it. Right there was the first time I matted the throttle right through those turns. I had to lift off slightly before the first turn, but I matted it after that, and then as I went through that right turn. And so yeah, I think my friend said something about this turn being full throttle or almost full throttle. Been trying to kind of test that out, so I can figure that out, but I haven't really gotten it yet. I really have limited time with this truck. I've probably driven the Porsche 2 or 3 times as much as I've driven this truck. So yeah, so as you see, I'm starting another lap here, and it's still showing the same lap time, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, so anyway, there's a little update on the Forza thing today. Well, actually, let's go with this first. So since it's the title of the video. So Forza 7 is now available for pre-download. If you pre-ordered the game, it is now available for you to download. This was brought up to me in the comments by one of you guys who's a regular here on my videos, and I sincerely appreciate that because I wasn't really paying attention. And earlier in the week, I had gotten charged for the game. So the way the game works, if you digitally pre-order, this works with all games this way, you digitally pre-order, and it actually won't charge your card until you... Ideally, I like to do it with the Microsoft cards because I don't like having my card information on here, but, you know, this time it was just easier and more convenient for me to do it that way. So basically what happens is you get the game pre-order, but they won't charge you until the game's actually released. So earlier in the week, somehow $100 was missing out of my checking account, and I was really upset, freaking out. and then I realized what happened. So I came home, checked it out, and sure enough, it was the game that had charged. So I figured it was available for download, but as I said, one of you guys brought it to my attention. I think it was you, Scooter, 1993. I believe it was you. You asked me if I downloaded the game yet. In fact, I'm pretty sure it was you. And I was very grateful for you reminding me because I had forgotten. And actually, funny enough, he asked me this last night, and my game had actually downloaded last night. I fell asleep for a couple of hours, and my console had downloaded about 50 or 60 gigs worth of data over like a 4-hour period when I fell asleep, and I wasn't using it. It wasn't even turned on. So my game is pre-downloaded. It's ready to go. Basically, what that does is it just pre-installs the game. So as soon as the game goes live at 10 p.m. on Thursday night, boom, I'll be in a game. Midnight Eastern time on Thursday night, boom, I'll be raring to go, ready right away, unless there's an immediate update or something like that. So if you guys have the game pre-ordered and you did it digitally, make sure you check. It might already be downloaded. Who knows? Mine was downloaded. It was 67 gigabytes, which is a little bigger than I had thought it would be, which is actually really good because that means I'll probably only have to download about 30 gigs when I get the Xbox One X, which is less than I was hoping I'd have to download. I was planning for a worst case scenario. But yeah, so anyway, that's available. Make sure you guys go check that, and make sure you get your game started and download it. That way you can have it ready to go as soon as you want to play it. So there is a little bit of an update on Forza Motorsport.net. It's honestly, I really could care less, but I feel it's my duty to bring it to you guys since I like to bring all the news that comes out. So it's basically a Fate of the Furious car pack, which they created in collaboration with Universal Brand Development. It's going to be available to anybody who ordered the Deluxe or Ultimate editions of Forza 7. And it has 10 hero cars in it. If you don't have the Deluxe or Ultimate edition, then you can buy it for a standalone price of $10. Personally, I think that's a ripoff. But that's just my own bias, and I don't like the cars. And I don't like the Fast and the Furious franchise anymore. It's just, I don't know. So there's a C2 Stingray from 1966, and these are all Fate of the Furious editions. And I'm not going to read about these cars because, like I said, I really don't care. You can read the article for yourself if you want, if you're interested in them. There's a 1968 Dodge Charger. There's a 2015 Jaguar F-Type R Coupe. There's a 1971 Plymouth GTX. 2016 Subaru STI, WRX STI. 2018 Dodge Demon. 1951 Chevy Fleetline Special, which basically looks like something out of Mad Max. It's all open. And 2015 Mercedes AMG GTS. 2013 Subaru BRZ. 2014 Local Motors Rally Fighter. And that's basically like the weird SUV. I almost cursed right there. Wow. It's like the weird SUV type thing. So, anyway, guys, we are so close. It is now Wednesday morning, which means that the game will be out in less than 48 hours. I am so extremely pumped. I hope you guys are too. I cannot wait. I'm beyond excited. So make sure you check back with me on Friday. Make sure you subscribe if you like my content. Thank you for watching this, and make sure you check out my other videos, 216.4. Oh yeah, bro!